directly communicate with your customers in an email list. I mean, you know all this, I'm sure. If you don't, you can find information about how to build a website, how to build an email list. But for now, the most recent thing that I've done to build an email list was a giveaway, such as what Dennis is doing right now. I downloaded an app called King Sumo. I got about 1,000 people enrolled in the email list. And then I gave away a Blue Yeti microphone. So the thing with that is a Blue Yeti microphone. Only so many people are going to want to join this giveaway. It's targeted against content creators, hopefully Udemy instructors, and people wanting to learn how to make money online, how to make videos. So I tried to target them. Getting the 1,000 emails, and then I tried to monetize that. So whether it be selling my courses for $10, I sent out a few emails for that. Didn't really, in my experience, this isn't necessarily your experience. In my experience, I didn't necessarily get too many sales with the $10. So I brought it down to the people who opened it and didn't buy it. I brought it down to $5. Didn't get too many sales then either. But then I brought it down to $3 and I got some sales with that. And then I'm also a Udemy affiliate. So I connected these email subscribers to Udemy with their $10 deals. And I was able to make around $70 with that right off the bat. And it was only $90 for the microphone. So right now I'm in the middle of monetizing the email list after doing a giveaway. So, I mean, would I recommend doing a giveaway? I'd say, yeah, it was $200 for the application that I'm not affiliated with them at all. King Sumo, they run a great application that's very easy to use. And then you do a giveaway that's targeted to your audience. So if you want to market to Udemy instructors, you don't want to give away like an iPad because anyone would take an iPad. What I did was do the Blue Yeti microphone, or you can do Camtasia Studio 8. So you're dealing with people who are editing videos or content. You're dealing with content creators. So that's the way that I focused in on the audience to get relevant email subscribers. And it wasn't that hard. It's the hard part's monetizing them. And the next Blab, I'm sure I'll have more information about that, and we'll blab about that.
Oh, hold on. Okay. I'm not on mute. I'm like multitasking. I was trying to look at the giveaway because you were talking about that, and that's what I'm using to do the giveaway today with the web camera right here from Logitech. And I'm surprised I'm glad that I have good memory on my Mac because I've got about 10 tabs open in Chrome. But this is the Logitech C920 web camera. It's the best-selling webcam on Amazon.com, and it's worth between $50 to $100. And it's yours if you win it today and you stay with us through the end of the Blab. And I'll post the link to that because you need to answer a question at the bottom. You need to put in your email address once you answer the question correctly, and then confirm when you receive the message that you're entered. And then at the end, I'm going to push a button that randomly selects a winner. And then whoever it is, I'll send it out to you so that you can use it, hopefully to put together a Udemy course or use it for your Udemy courses that you already have. So I keep clicking stuff and I almost clicked out of this. Boy, you think I would know how to use this computer. So there's the link for that right there. And the next link that I wanted to put in there is the link to Hot Topics, because I put that in there before, but maybe some of you are just joining us. It's Hot Topics on Udemy, so courses that Udemy is seeing a demand for, so you'll want to take a look at that. And then the last one here before we move on would be Blab resources. So these are some of the ways that you can contact me. Just again, a reminder on how you ask questions on Blab, and also my courses that I teach on Udemy. But then below that, a list of links to stuff that you might have questions on Udemy. And I don't think that they do a good job at getting all of that information together in one place. I've never seen, and they have a course out on policies and stuff like that, but there's the link there to the resources. So we've talked about the coupons, and we had some questions about that, and we just talked about marketing tools. And again, that tool that Matt was talking about, the giveaways there, he doesn't work for SumoMe. I don't work for them either, but it's a tool that he came across, and I think it's awesome. It's a great way to build your mailing list because, like you said, you just never know. I mean, I hope that Udemy never goes away, but you just never know, because I worked during the time that we had the .com crash in Seattle, and people would go to work and the badges, they would go to badge in and they wouldn't work, and that company was gone. It was just gone overnight. I don't think that that's going to happen with Udemy. I think that they have a great thing going on. I really believe in education. I think that that's really important. So just a couple of reminders. First of all, if you have questions on what we just talked about there with marketing tools, why don't we go ahead and open up the floor to questions? And if you want to join us and ask a question specifically on what we just talked about, because we're going to do general Q&A at the end. So if you have a question about marketing tools specifically around Udemy, you can jump into the open seat, or you can do /Q, a space, and then ask your question. Hey, we've got a winner right now. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, sorry if I was too loud there. I apologize.
Hi,
Oh my God, I can't believe Matt. I think this is my first time meeting Matt.
Hi.
Yeah, this is his first Blab too. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. I wanted to give a couple of some feedback on some of the stuff you were saying, if you don't mind, Dennis.
Yeah.
You were talking about the Google Alerts.
Yes.
I use BuzzSumo. Now, BuzzSumo, if
I've seen that.
Folks that don't know, BuzzSumo is a really great tool for content and finding out who's sharing your content. But they also have a piece in there that is for alerts. So you can get alerts on a domain, on when words are mentioned or your name is mentioned, or if when content is shared, like if you wanted to track a URL, let's just say you wanted to track how many people were sharing that hot topics, and you could get an alert after 10 people shared it or something like that. I did a whole video on it. There's like 5 different kinds of alerts that you can get. Now, on the free version, I think you can only get 1 or 2.
Uh-huh.
On the pro version, which is I love it. You get up to 10, but it's the best alert system out. I used to use Mention. Well, I actually still do use Mention.net, Talkwalker alerts, Google alerts. None of them beat alerts from BuzzSumo. I get alerts immediately. I get people sending me emails all the time. I just linked to your blog post. Do you mind sharing? I'm like, I already know. I already shared it.
That's cool. I forget about tools like that. So thank you.
So BuzzSumo, I just wanted to add that. And that's a great one that you could use with Udemy, like exactly what you were saying with the Google Alerts. But Google Alerts, I think that Google Alerts is just a little slow. And a lot of times I don't even get the alert from Google Alerts.
Yeah, and it's old and haven't done much with it. So
and I get from BuzzSumo.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to add that because I know a lot of people don't realize the power of that tool.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that.
Share your video that you made about it too in the chat, so everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say, just yesterday I posted a video about the Logitech C920. So
you did?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, well, see, I bought this and I haven't taken it out of the box yet, so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give this away today. So
it's a wonderful camera. Is what I'm using now. I love it. What I really like about it is they update. I used to have the C910, and then when they updated to the C920, it has the thing where you can put it on a tripod. And so, if you notice that at the bottom of it, there's a screw where you can screw a tripod into that. And it wasn't on the C910, and it has that Carl Zeiss lens, which is a really
which is top of the line. Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of tripod, I have the tripod, so I will throw that in there too, because
that's so nice of you.
I have tripods already for my digital camera that I have. So, hey, I have a quick question for you, and I think you probably have a few other things that you wanted to mention, but I wanted to ask you real quick. Right next to your name has the icon of an individual and a check mark, and then Matt's, he's got the same thing, but yours is green and his is orange. You know what that signifies?
Okay, you mean over here in the chat box?
Well, up above where it's got our names and our Twitter account.
Oh, okay, you mean the colors?
Yeah, the colors.
Okay, the host is usually always blue. Now, sometimes when there's a glitch and the host has to refresh or something like that, somebody else will end up with the blue by mistake. But it's usually the host is blue, and then the second person who comes in is the golden rod color, and then green, and then red. But sometimes those colors mix around. It depends upon how people are popping in and out. But the host is usually always blue. And if you probably know this already, but I'll point it out since there's other new people here. When you type into the chat, there's a little circle there that says host. So you have an H next to your name. Like if I type right now, it'll have guest in the green circle.
Oh, those are so hard to read. So I had no clue what that was.
It's tiny, but it's just an indication that you're on camera. That's all that really stands for.
Yeah, and I'm frustrated because I forgot to hit I saw Dave Espino. I don't know if Dave is still here, but I forgot to hit the record button when we started, but now it's been recording. But I was like, dang it. It's like, I wish they had something like to remind you, like Flash or something. I don't know.
Oh, they try to make things simple. They don't want to put too many flashy things.
Yeah. Hi, Dave.
So there's Dave. Okay, so here is the BuzzSumo tutorial, and the video is embedded on that blog post. But then I'll also, for some folks who want to see that, what I had to say about the C920, I just posted this video yesterday. So
and while you do that, I'm going to post the link to win the C920. So
yeah, because there's a Udemy commercial coming up on my video. Udemy has selected certain instructors and maybe brought them into a studio somewhere because they all have the same background. I mean,
they look professional. Yeah,
I realize it could be a green screen, but I don't think it is. I think this is a real background. And I see this particular girl who has a WordPress. I don't know what her name is, or maybe she works for Udemy. I can't tell because she's got on a
because that can't be cheap to advertise on YouTube. So that's why.
Yes, it is cheap. It is.
Is it really?
In fact, I was on a Blab the other day, and my friend Montina, who used to be a Udemy instructor, in fact, it was Mark Timberlake's Blab, I believe. Anyway, she doesn't do Udemy courses anymore, but she used to, and she said, and I've heard this before from. Because, I do courses on YouTube. So I'm always keeping up on that. And sometimes they say you could get them as cheap as 6 cents a click.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, if the person clicks before 5 seconds, you get the ad for free. So that's how it can even out. That's why they tell you if you're doing an ad, on YouTube, a video ad, you want to make sure you get your point out in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because that way, that person, if they click it before the 5 seconds,
the
click and that skip, then you don't have to pay for the ad. So there's ways to optimize, and I honestly have not played around with it, but I hear that the ads are less expensive than Facebook.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't had much luck with that. Somebody asked a question about that. Hey, do you mind hanging out with us for a little longer? And
sure.
I've got one more topic that I wanted to get in, and then just open it up for general questions.
We haven't answered some people's questions that I said that I would, and then we've gone for so long.
So you have some questions you want to answer there first, and then we'll move on to that, and then open it up for general.
Yeah, I mean, Melanie asked a little bit ago about if we've ever used AdWords or any advertising of your courses.
Yeah.
To that point, I've tried Facebook ads, even if it's for a free course. Like I've done Facebook ads for free course, like $5 coupons, $10 coupons. None of it worked. If you're going to do a free course, you have to make sure that you have a marketing funnel in place. And I would do, I just said if you're going to do advertising, I mean, if you're going to do advertising, you have to make sure that you have a marketing funnel in place. I'd bring it to your website and not on Udemy. If you're going to pay for advertising, you want to be in as much control as you can. So, I mean, ultimately, to answer your question, I don't necessarily have a great marketing funnel in place right now, other than Udemy. So, no, I haven't done well. I might as well. I mean, it was a good experience that I failed, and you can necessarily learn a lot from other people who have failed instead, and it's better than failing yourself. So, if you're going to do it to your Udemy courses, I personally wouldn't recommend it because it didn't work at all for me. So,
yeah, I think that the problem with Facebook ads, like for myself, I know is that I really haven't learned it enough to really be effective at targeting it. I've talked with like Drew about it. He was on a Blab with me and also a Hangout talking about Facebook ads and talked about the pixels and stuff like that, the image to track all of that. It can be much more effective, including the tie-in to MailChimp, and I don't understand that enough. And so, when you blindly throw out an ad and not know much, then you're just giving money to Mark Zuckerberg, I think, and which he donates it, so you're helping out his cause. Do we have another question in there?
I see a link here.
I don't think I did, Scott. Just probably shared like a really cool link because I like what Scott and Sean are doing. I think they have a lot of really good information. So if you guys can follow that, and I'm going to bookmark that for later because I would love to see what they have to say.
Yeah, on their website, Course Crushers. Hey, Scott, thanks for joining us.
Oh, he joined in?
I think it's like...
I thought he joined the...
No, he's here. He can jump in a bit here if he wants to. I don't mind. I just wanted to get those questions answered and then talk about the bonus lecture real quick, and then just open it up for general discussion. So I just wanted to see if we had those answered, and then I was just going to give my thoughts on bonus lectures so people are familiar with that, and then we can just open the floor up. So does that sound good?
Yeah, it sounds great to me. Did we have anything else to talk about before we open it up to questions? Or
bonus lectures?
Bonus lectures.
No, you just go ahead and sit there and grab a drink, and then I'll just say like a little bit about bonus lectures, and then you like if you had something else that you wanted to comment on, go ahead. But I just wanted to get this in real quick, and then we'll just let everybody have general discussion and jump in that fourth seat if they want to. But with bonus lectures, yeah.
You're going to talk about bonus lectures, and then can I have like a quick 30 seconds to talk about it too?
Yeah, that's what I was going to. And then like if Eileen had any feedback on that too. What did Dave call you? Just real quick, Eileen, your French name.
Wait, what happened?
I missed that.
Your French name.
No, you mean Dave? He said in the comments. I missed it.
No. Last time Dave like.
Probably. Oh no, he thought it was Ilian or Lillian or something like that. I know. It's the fun.
I'm not giving Dave a hard time. I just thought that was funny. So just real quick with bonus lectures, there is a link to that in the resources that I sent out, and I'll send that link again. Because this is something I think a lot of people don't know about, and Lindsay has talked about this in the Udemy studio. It's very simple with the rules and guidelines. The bonus lecture is the last lecture of your course after the concluding lecture. And so you can use this to market any other courses or products to students and inform students of additional material that you might have for the course. So it says it is considered to be a marketing tool. So it says, do feel free to include coupon codes or links to other Udemy courses, external links to your website, a blog, or any other products that you have, like a book. So I have a book. So if I wanted to say, get my book on social media, here's a link to it, if it's relevant to the students in the course. So it says, do name the bonus lecture as bonus lecture semicolon, and then describe what the bonus is that you're providing. Don't provide free previews to the bonus lecture, so they have to enroll in the course in order to view it. And don't link to the bonus lecture when using any other communication tools. It's considered to be a marketing tool and will be treated the same as coupon codes and promotional announcements, etc. So you can't link to it in the communication tools and say, hey, check out the bonus lecture. So it says, when instructors are clearly going against the spirit of Udemy's policy and attempt to game the system, or they see it as a negative impact on the student experience, including high unsubscribe rates or refund rates, it's considered to be a violation of the policy. That's it. It's very cut and dry. It's very simple. So let's go ahead and let Matt talk about that now.
I just wanted to say my experience with the bonus lecture. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just listing all of my courses as best design as I can and offering it for $10 coupons. And I've seen some sales, and I think that applying this concept to your courses, you'll probably see some sales too. You can let me know about your experiences if you've had some other experiences, but that's the only thing that I've tried right now since they've announced this bonus lecture that you're allowed to do and market your courses. So I think it's pretty cool without having to send a promotional announcement to your Udemy students.
Yeah, agreed. What about, like, Eileen, are you using those in your courses?
No, and I'm so glad that I'm getting the tips from you because, and the reason why, and this is something that you have to kind of keep up with what Udemy changes and what they allow and what they don't allow, because one week it could be, this is the hot thing that everybody's saying that you need to do to market your course. And then if you're not paying attention, Udemy changes the rules. And so that's why I was a little hesitant, but this is one reason why I love hanging out with you guys, because I know you guys are on the pulse and you keep up with all the rule changes and all of that stuff. So let me just understand one thing. Mm-hmm. Are you saying that the bonus lecture always has to be delivered as a document? You can't make it a video or an audio, or put it this way, is the optimal way to do it as a PDF?
It doesn't say like that in the policy there. And actually, the Udemy resources that I put together for the Blab, I did a thing with the Blab, my courses, and then all of these links, including a link to the policy that I just read off. Mm-hmm. Everything that I just read there was the policy. So there was nothing that said it has to be a PDF, it can't be a video or whatever. Mm-hmm. It sounds like it's up to you as long as you follow. So no, it didn't say anything about like that you couldn't provide audio or you couldn't do videos. It doesn't say anything as long as you, let me just go back to it here. Let's see.
Because I think for the most part, I'm seeing from the
that
I've taken, I'm always seeing a document. That's what you're using, right, Matt?
Sorry, I've been answering questions on the side.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying you're using a PDF as your bonus lecture, right?
I actually just use like Udemy as like the text option, so it looks like a PDF, but it's not. Maybe I should convert all this to a PDF.
That's what I do is text, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't say it has to be PDF or anything against video or something like that. So
I would suggest you guys use the PDF, because in that way they could download it. They may download it and not even look at it until later on, but then as long as you have everything hyperlinked.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And that's one of the reasons why, like today, the resources that I'm doing are a PDF, because exactly if they download it, what if they share it to somebody else and that gets shared again? Then you have much more potential at somebody else enrolling in your course or downloading your book than if you were to do it as text, which is how I do it now, actually.
And I was going to say, I don't know if you're going to move on to another topic or not, but I think it would be good if Matt goes over that question that they had about the split of, how much does Udemy take?
Yeah.
I think that's something that everybody is interested in.
I don't know if anyone saw it on the side, but for organic sales, they take 50%. For ad sales, they take 25%. And for your own promotions, 97%. And mobile, they take like Apple and Google, they take an additional 30%. So I don't know. You probably get like 25%, or you get 30%.
You said that confusing.
Huh?
97% is yours when it's your.
Yeah, your own promotion.
You said they take.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get that straight. None of us would be on Udemy if they did that. No. Okay. Good.
That's true. And again, the resources, the resources that they have out there talk about that stuff. And again, the resource guide that I put together, that's one of the links that I put in there is the revenue share with instructors, because I see it as one of the number one questions that gets asked in the studio and on these blabs. And Tom asked if that was my Tesla. It's not. I wish it were. We have a charging station here in Boise now, so and also in between here in Seattle. So now anybody who has a Tesla can pretty much go anywhere. So yeah, I'll get there. Matt's almost there. Matt, by the way, if you're just joining us, Matt went over $50,000 in lifetime earnings on Udemy. So he's almost got enough now to buy a Tesla.
I have expenses. I'm not even close. I live in Boston. I have to pay for an apartment rent.
Yeah. And myself, I'm getting near 6,000, but I've got other things that I'm doing and a few hospital visits in between there. So, and one more coming up. So I've got to get 2 more Udemy courses in before I go to my next surgery. We'll see.
Wow. Oh, there was a great comment there. What happened to it? About Udemy just announcing that they give 97%, even if it comes from your click. I don't know what happened to that comment. It was from Scott. Wow.
There's Scott, yeah. And hey, by the way, we're opening it up to general questions. So if you do /Q, a space, ask your question. We'll answer your questions, Udemy-related questions, hopefully on some of the topics that we talked about, which were coupons and marketing tools and bonus lectures. But we don't mind if you ask like course creation questions. And you can jump into that extra seat there too, if you would like.
Well, there's one question from Kenny that we didn't address.
Yeah, I see that up there.
Okay, you got it.
Well, I did see it. These things are going by. Oh, here. What do you do, or what do you think of doing pre-sales before a course starts? I think it's a great idea. Raise the roof. I mean, for me, it's like I've got a mailing list, so I plan to utilize that when I release my next course, which hopefully will be in a few weeks, on some ideas on doing webinars. So kind of like what we're doing right now, to promote your Udemy course or to sell. I want instructors to know how to do this kind of stuff. Not exactly Blab, but some of the things that I had been doing before Blab. And I'm going to use my list to pre-sell that kind of stuff. Why not?
Yeah. Well, I think the beauty of Udemy is that they do the marketing, and they have such an awesome marketing sales funnel and all that stuff already set up. But that doesn't mean that we as instructors, if we have our own email list or a strong social presence on one of the networks, that we can't do our own marketing. And that's the benefit of when you get that 97% off of, the whatever the student pays, is when you bring that student in versus Udemy. Now, some folks, like right now, I'm not promoting my Udemy because I'm doing Fedora, but Udemy's still there. I may throw a tweet out every once in a blue moon, but probably the next course that I build, I'll still build it on Udemy rather than Fedora, even though with Fedora, I could do many courses. But I like the feedback that you're able to get from the instructors and all that when you do it through Udemy. If you know that if it passes muster with Udemy, that it's a good course. And so, there's a lot of benefits of using Udemy versus just doing it on your own, because Udemy helps you learn how to teach effectively. And, you may be an instructor in another setting, maybe an offline setting. It's different from an online setting. And you also may be an instructor who's always used to dealing with English speaking students, but there's a lot of non-English speaking students on Udemy too. So you it has advantages that you can't really get anywhere else.
It's all about the Udemy organic sales. That's why we talked about earlier why I still give away my courses for free, why I still do coupons between $1 and $10, because the 3 months that I did it, that I didn't give away my course for free or the coupon or the cheap coupons, my sales dropped substantially. So I'm back at it. I'm back doing that, and hopefully it'll work a second time for me. It's about getting the sales. It's about getting enrollments, those minutes viewed. And I mean, Scott Duffy has a great SEO course about it, about all this stuff. It's all about the Udemy organic sales, the power of it, how Alan Hill makes his earnings. I mean, I'm sure Dave Espino makes good money. Scott Duffy, same thing. All these instructors making good money from the Udemy organic sales. That probably trumps all of it. You probably make more money with Udemy organic sales, more than your own promotional sales, more than your own affiliate sales, and stuff like that. Can anyone hear my home phone ringing?
I can.
Yeah.
Why do you have a home phone though?
Like that.
Because Xfinity gives you a good deal with the home phone. So I added it in. Don't get great reception here. I'm waiting for my new cell phone. So
wow. I haven't heard a home phone ring in a long time. I wanted to add to the free coupon thing because Matt and I,
Scott.
Because Matt and I had talked about that, and I had looked at I had gone back and looked at my revenue throughout this year, and my best month for 4 courses, because one of those was entirely free, was $1,200 for the month of May. And then after that, it started dropping. And, I kind of thought, okay, seasonal, because I've worked in retail before, and the summer months slow down, and then you start getting busy into Christmas. But then, you talk about things like people like Phil Ebner, he did over 13,000 last month. I mean, that's amazing. He's been on Udemy a lot longer than a lot of us. However, I looked and I started seeing a trend with free coupons that as I issued less and less, that the sales started dropping. And so Matt and I were talking about that, and he said he was going to issue more free coupons. And I'm like, I'm going to try the same thing, because you got to keep trying different things and figure out what has an effect. on yourselves. So before we move on here, let's do this one last time here with the Logitech C920 camera right here. This is worth $50 to $100. It's Amazon.com's #1 selling web camera. It's a high quality camera. It's great for recording your courses and if you do Skype or something like that. I'm hoping that somebody who is a Udemy instructor or is going to do a Udemy course will win so that you can use this and make great courses. Here's how you do that. You do need to go to the link that I'm just putting out right there. Click on that link. You have to be present at the end of the Blab. I want to call it a webinar. Gosh, I get confused. But you need to be present to win the drawing. We're going to do that maybe in about 30 minutes because we'll probably have some questions. But I'll do the drawing here pretty soon. So you need to check your inbox. You need to answer a question, put in your email address, enter, look at your inbox, and confirm your entry. Now, if you want to unsubscribe because it's going to put you on a list, which is for instructors to give you helpful information that I put out.
Hey, Dennis,
Yeah.
it says your giveaway ended, so no one in here could sign up for it.
Oh, wow.
What?
Maybe it has something to do with the time. Did you have a time?
It says, well, I just refreshed it. It says running. Oh, no.
Also, Dennis, can I win the giveaway too or no? I'm kidding.
If you want, yeah.
No, I'm not going to sign up. It's all right.
Just give everyone a free cam. Oh, okay.
I'll tell you, if I win Powerball, I will give everyone a free camera. So,
what are your numbers?
Let me update this. And,
your Powerball numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oprah.
Yes, Oprah and you,
Okay.
camera and you.
Refresh that link again, please, and see what happens.
Okay, guys, I'm going to drop out just because
What?
I gotta eat dinner, and I'm here. I'm here. Okay.
What time zone are you in?
I'm in Philly.
She's in Philly. She's near you.
Oh, nice to meet you from Massachusetts.
Yeah, you can take the train into Boston, right?
And I just got home from work, and I said, well, when I saw that you guys were on, I was like, oh, let me get in there and let's talk about some Udemy. You guys are crushing it. I barely do anything on Udemy, but I want to be on the pulse.
Yeah, well, thanks. I always appreciate your feedback because I thought that BuzzSumo, that's a great idea, and I wrote that down so that when we're done today, I can go spend my evening just checking that out. And I have before, but I always forget. And
you know what? Use a different email address when you sign up because you get the Pro for free for, I want to say 30 days, but it might be 14.
Yeah.
Get the Pro. So I would just use a different email.
Yeah. Hey, I've been called the Oprah of Blab now. So should I be giving away cars or Teslas or something like that?
That Powerball must be really big.
Yeah. Well, enjoy your dinner and hang out with us. Yeah.
I may pop back in.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
And bye. Scott, hey, I see you're there, and I was wondering, do you want to jump in, or if there's somebody, if you have a question and you want to jump in live and ask your question, you can certainly do that and get yourself on cam, or Scott, if you want to.
Hey, Scott, my accent doesn't come out when I talk.
He's only had one beer. You know, see, we started out, and this is actually, I only had one, but this is another one that I have. And I picked this one out because of where it's made in San Francisco, where Udemy is headquartered. And I understand that Blab is also headquartered there in San Francisco. So we've got two technologies, two things, Udemy and Blab in the same city. And we're using them to broadcast and talk about Udemy. And Scott does not have a web camera at work nor an iPhone to join on my phone. So he's just going to sit there and talk. So if someone else wants to join in, or if you have a question and you do that /Q, a space, and ask your question, you can ask us a question about Udemy coupons and marketing tools or the bonus lecture. All of those things that most of them that we've talked about, I've provided links and the resources that I've been putting together the last few days. This is a PDF that I did. It gives you a little bit about myself, and then it goes into where you can follow me on Blab, my website. I'm on social media everywhere because I've been doing social media for a long time. And at the very bottom of those links is a link to my social media book. I haven't updated it in a while, but it's got some good information. It's got some good reviews on Amazon. I've sold over 1,000 copies of the book, had lots of downloads, and my courses, I teach about that kind of stuff. I've got some promotions going on my courses. Some reviews to talk about what other Udemy instructors think about my marketing course. And then I give you some links to a lot of stuff on Udemy marketing, like best practices on how to create great educational announcements. A lot of people struggle with that type of stuff. How to create great promotional announcements, marketing your course on YouTube. I know that, we touched on that briefly. A course marketing checklist that I put together when I first started out on Udemy, which are places that you can go post those coupons. How to build an email list, which I talked about that today. It's very important. Places that you can promote your courses, Udemy revenue. Matt was talking about the instructor sharing how much money you get. So I put a link so you can find out more about that. I even put a link on localized pricing. So for those of you joining us from other countries, if you want to know how Udemy handles the conversion with the exchange rate and stuff like that, there's more information on that. Hot topics, if you want to know what you might teach, that's definitely out there. Co-instructor relationships, how you can work with other instructors out on Udemy to share or to create courses together. Dave has talked about a place called Dollar Photo Club. I put a link to that for royalty-free stock photos when you're building your courses. A lot of talk in the studio group and the faculty about people stealing courses on Udemy. So I put a link to what you should do if you find your site or course on a pirate site. And then the last one there is bonus lectures. So I'm going to paste the link here to all of the things that I just talked about there. So if you want some answers on that kind of stuff, you can certainly look at those links there too. People are talking about weird topics on this app. On Blab?
I don't know I don't even know if this guy is like relevant to our Blab. I have no idea. What I wanted to add in there is there's this really great course on audacity.com about how to start a business. And I think everybody here can benefit from it. Like being a Udemy instructor could be run like a startup. So I think there's a lot of great information in this course. I'm trying to find the link for everybody. I think this would work. It's a free course. And it's honestly like I have notes written down. Yeah, it's Audacity. You see how it's spelled there now. Let me know if that link works for everybody. I watched this course through and through, wrote down notes, and I'm following the 9 steps or the 10 steps in it, and it's working for me. So I think that, and if anyone, we're still going with answering questions, but if anyone wants to learn more about how to market on Udemy, if we don't get to anyone's questions, this is a great source. Scroll down to my course, and you can watch some free lectures if you scroll down a curriculum. So I think that'll help you with that. And yeah, Steve Blank is very famous for how to build a startup, like Scott Duffy just said.
I've never heard of him.
He's very famous. Dennis, should we start answering questions, or what are we doing?
Yeah, did you say that there was somebody asking weird questions in the comments or something?
Yeah, someone was wondering if this was a business app, and then he says people are talking about weird topics on this app. So I just feel like he's not necessarily here for Udemy. What topics? We're talking about Udemy? I'm not even half sure if this. Do you know what
the topic of the Blab is in the upper left, so it should tell everybody what we're talking about today. So,
you know what it is? He probably found somebody from Twitter with all the shares that we've got, and he doesn't necessarily know what Blab is. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's when you actually send that out on Twitter.
I'm gonna be From an app store. Okay.
On Twitter, it tells what the topic is when you
you know what Udemy is?
It does. So yeah, if you're here and you're not sure what Udemy is an online education, or where you can teach online courses, educate people. It's udemy.com. So it's udemy.com. It's up there in the left-hand corner there, how it's spelled. But it's a site where you can create courses, and that's what we're talking about, is marketing those courses and share them online. Hey, we've got Bob Marks here. Let's go ahead and bring Bob on board.
Hello,
Hey,
gentlemen.
Bob.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going well. How are you?
Good. I had to chime in. My kids just finally got off the bus. I was like, you know what? I was listening to you, and I was like, but I'm going to have to get up and leave in just a second. So I figured I'd jump on and say hi. How's it going?
It's going well. How about yourself?
I am doing well.
Now, you're a guy who's got a lot of courses out now, too.
I do. I've got 20 paid courses and 4 free courses.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. So what
Nice to meet you, Bob. I haven't met you yet, but I've heard about you. Nice to meet you.
It's all lies. So, Matt, did I just hear you crossed the 15K last month, or you crossed 50,000?
No, yeah, 50,000 in total. I started in January 2014. So
that's big, man.
I wish 15K in a month, but
yeah, that is big. I just I pulled up your profile on Udemy. You've got 14 courses. Nice job. Which one or two is your best seller?
So it's every month it's eBay Business, my eBay Business course, and then it depends on the course that I promote the most. So it could be either the e-commerce course or the right now number 2 is my personal finance course. That's my new course that I have up right now, and that's number 2. And then the courses that I teach about Udemy or WordPress, they're never number 1 or 2, but it's usually about eBay or e-commerce is 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And they just came up with the hot topics thing for Udemy, and eBay was on it. So I don't necessarily know if it's good that eBay's on it, but then it's not good that eBay's on it because I teach a course about it. Like, is my course not good enough anymore? Or like, I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Udemy's always looking for the.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I looked at that hot topics course. I was a little depressed. I was like, man, there's nothing on there on any of those categories that I know anything about.
Yeah, I saw some of them. I was like, oh my God. It's like, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's okay, because I think that you do a lot of marketing courses, and I like the marketing stuff. I haven't completed your course, but you've got a really good course that's got some great information. The one, how to make a course in 5 days.
Yeah.
And I did something that you had advised people to try, and that was taking your PowerPoint slides, and instead of stopping and going, is just start talking, have that pause, go to the next slide, talk about that.
Yeah.
Pause, go to the next one, and then you can go and you can edit that kind of stuff out. So
yeah, that speeds up the process for me tremendously.
Yeah, so I think that was a great idea, to mention something like that. What are some of the other stuff that you do, and like, what do you see as being effective for you?
For the last month, I have been on a hunt. A mad, passionate hunt. And in fact, so much so that I think I'm going to be putting a course out on this unintentionally. My world, I'm in sales training, sales coaching, businesses, entrepreneurs. That's me, right? That's all I do. I have a brick and mortar business, right? People come into my training center once a week. So I've been doing for 15 years. That the how to create a Udemy course in 5 days was really by accident. It was just me going through that process and then saying, hey, you know what? I'm having a tough time getting this out of my head onto the screen. Maybe other people are having the same problems. I did a whole bunch of courses at one time. So here's what I did, right? It's not a technical course at all. But for the last month, I've been on this mad, passionate hunt about how to get students more engaged. because I went through my courses and I said, okay, how many courses do I have? How many students do I have? And at that time, it was right around 18,000 students. And I said, all right, what percentage of these people open my course? Not take the course, not get 50% of the way through, but just open the damn thing, right? And I went through and it was about 20%, 19.5%. And I said, okay, what do I got to do to get that other 80% to engage, to open the course? Now, I'm admittedly my own biggest fan, so I think I got good stuff. I think if I can get you past the first 1 or 2 videos, then you're probably going to watch a good portion of it, right? But how do I get those other people there? So free coupons or paid students, however they got there, they're there, right? There was something about the topic or my promo video or whatever that enticed them to click that button. But life gets busy, right? I don't know about you guys, but I've signed up for courses in the Udemy studio for free that I'm interested. I'm genuinely interested in, but I may have signed up for it, and my son said, "Hey, Dad, did you forget we got to go to football practice?" Oh, right. And then I go and I come back a day or two later, and I forgot I've signed up for the course, right? Because it's not right there. So one of the things that I started doing, two things that I've started doing that I've seen incredible, massive success on. I'm going to share this with just me and just you two. So everyone else who's listening, don't tell anybody, right? Here's what it is. Every single person that signs up for one of my courses gets a message from me within 24 hours. And the whole purpose of that message is to resell them on the idea of why they wanted to take that course or why they clicked that button. So for one of my sales courses, let's say, it's, hey, in this course, what we're going to be focusing on are the 3 ways, are the 2 ways to do this, or to make sure you're getting more of this, what you're going after on purpose, right? And inside that message, I include some HTML script in all the messages that you can send out. The direct message inside Udemy is the only one that you can include HTML script. So in there, I have a GIF of me talking, right, with a little play button on top of my face, and it's just a 3-second GIF, right? You can't actually hear me, but you see me moving around, and there's a play button right there, and that picture is linked to the course on Udemy. So once they're already in the course, it doesn't matter if I'm linking that to the public pay link or not. As soon as they click that button, if they're already enrolled in the course, it takes them right inside the dashboard.
I've seen I've seen that you were doing that the welcoming people to the courses.
Yeah.
I think I'm hearing an echo on there. Matt, are you on mute or?
Yeah, I'm on mute, so I don't interrupt anyone talking.
Weird. Well, I'm sorry about the echo there, but what I was going to say is that I had been doing the welcome to the course or whatever, and if you have any questions, whatnot, but I think that's a good idea that you have, just kind of reminding them why they clicked on that.
Yeah. Yeah. In all honesty, I'm truly not interested in, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but everything that I do has to have a very specific purpose. Mm-hmm. And while I like to think I'm a nice guy, I'm not a hospitable guy, right? So I'm truly not interested in saying, hey, welcome, come on in, right? Hugs and kisses for everybody. My purpose for sending that message is to say, hey, Dennis, here's what we're going to cover in the course. Jump in, right?
Yeah, we're here to learn.
And then here's the second thing that I've done, this one right here has proven to be huge. Again, for the last month, I've been on this tirade of how do I get people more involved? And one of the things that I ran across was I don't get a lot of people leaving messages on the discussion board, but I do get people sending me messages inside of Udemy. Bob, how do I do this? How do I do that? So one of the things that I decided to do was one night I'm sitting and I'm typing out the answer to somebody's question. I was like, this is crazy. So instead, I'm taking these questions and I'm recording a video. So Dennis, let's say you asked me a question. And I would say, all right, couple of days ago, and I'm recording a video. Instead of typing out a single answer to a single person, I'm recording a video and I'm saying, hey, the other day I got a question by Dennis, and I'll flash your question up on the screen and I'll read it out loud and I'll say, all right, so here's Dennis, this answer is just for you and anybody else who also has this question. And then, so what I'm doing is, as I'm adding that video to the course as bonus content, I'm sending that out in an educational announcement, right? Saying, hey, I just added this new question or answer to this question in the course. And then, of course, I'm ending that video with, and by the way, if you have a question, leave it on the discussion board or shoot me a message, and I'll record a video response just for you. And, of course, by the way, if you like the course, leave a review, right? I'm not asking to leave a review because I like reading good things, but people are going to pay attention to what you have to say. That one piece right there, those two things, I saw my number of reviews jump by, I got to read, 32% in a 2-week period. So that was just huge. So I don't know if that helps or not, but my big thing right now is how do I get more of that 80% that's already there to engage, free or not? They're on my Udemy list, if you will.
Yeah. I think that's some good information there. We are at right now an hour and 38 minutes, I think, into the Blab here, and so. I mean, while we could sit here and probably blab for a long time, I just wanted to see if we've got maybe a few more questions, and then so I can run the drawing and all of that and wrap it up, because I know for Matt, he's on the East Coast. Go ahead.
Somebody had a question about using your existing content on other channels, like making an ebook. So for me, just because I don't necessarily have a website or a brick and mortar store, I just work with Udemy first and foremost at the moment. I'd like to get up a website. I do list my existing content on any channel that I have possible, because I don't necessarily want to rely just on Udemy. As some people know, SkillFeed closed down. And for me, that was, I lost $2,000 a year now by having SkillFeed closed down. So what if, any other channel closed down? My biggest thing would be to join as many successful channels and have as many successful channels as you can using your existing content. Throw up your content onto Google Drive. If anyone contacts you like they do me, just have them do all the work and have them list up your content for you, and you'll make some money doing that, and not have to rely on one channel to make all the money that you do. That's my thoughts on it.
I have a question. Have either of you guys had your courses translated into another language?
No, I haven't. No,
almost Russian, but that fell through. I was going to sign a contract with someone from they claimed the Russian government, and they said that I would have to come down to Russia and perhaps do a speech on the topic, and I didn't necessarily want to do that. So.
Yeah, I had my How to Create a Udemy course in 5 days translated into Spanish, and that was a lot harder. Even though I wasn't doing the translation, just coordinating everything, that was a lot harder, a lot more involved than I would have thought. Not worth the time.
Wow.
No, right now, if I go to Udemy and I look under business. And I go to all the courses. This is ridiculous. There has to be no money there. I look at all the courses in Spanish under business. Right now, I have the number one listed in popularity course in Spanish for business. And I've maybe made $600 on it total.
Really?
Yeah. So, I don't know if anyone's thinking about doing that, but yeah, I don't know.
How long have you had it up on Udemy for?
A couple months.
Couple. So do you think, at least in the long term, like you could probably sell this course for 3 years? Do you think that the time that you put into it for 3 years would be worth it, or no? Not even if you had to wait 3 years to get your income.
No. I mean, the time that I invested in that was, I could have easily done something else in English and made a lot more money. You know, the stuff that I talk about is business, so that's pretty evergreen.
Yeah,
it's not like tech.
And that's a good point. How you use your time. If you can, it's all about making the right decisions and making good ones, and to maximize your time well. Because I mean, the time we have on Earth is enough for us if we can make the right decisions and not waste time. So that's a good lesson to learn from Bob's experience about doing.
Yeah, there you go. That. Dennis, how do you? Out of curiosity, how are you picking your winner for your free webcam?
I've got a dartboard behind me. No, Matt and I were talking about it earlier. It's King Sumo giveaways. It's a plugin for WordPress. And so once the contest ends, I just hit a button, and as long as they're confirmed and if it works right, then it'll randomly pick the winner. And then that means that I have to leave the house tomorrow to go to the post office.
Oh, wow. That's a bummer. You
can get free packaging that you can just drop it off your doorstep. And
I know, I've done that before, but I really should get out of the house, you know? That's like yesterday. Well, actually tomorrow I am going out because you know what's really cool is that I have a friend, the whole digital nomad type thing and all of that. Have you heard that term, Bob?
No. What does that mean?
So digital nomad is a lifestyle like Rob Cubbon and Grant Weirley, where they travel and they go to places like Thailand and you run your business as you travel the world, a nomad roaming. And it's a big thing. And so my friend Connie, I met her here in Idaho several years ago, and she raised her kids here, but her and her husband travel and they go to places like Copenhagen and Thailand and whatever. She's finally back in this area. So we're meeting at a place called the Boise Tech Mall, which has a lot of tech stuff and high-speed internet and a cafe and beer and wine and all of that. So I'm meeting her tomorrow. So I get to go out and hopefully I'll just go to the post office and send the prize off.
I never would have thought a lot of digital nomads were in Boise.
Yes, because you know that HP has their number one division, their printer division, headquartered here. And
I didn't know that.
And Micron, which is the largest memory manufacturer in our country, and I think the second or third largest in the world, is headquartered here too. So
I'll be darned.
Yeah, and bodybuilding.com. I also like to say that one because we were talking about Tesla earlier because somebody asked Tesla, and I said, I wish, but the CEO of bodybuilding.com actually has Tesla, and he's probably like one of the few people in this area that are driving Tesla at this time. You have to go to a big city to see more of those. I mean, even when I was up in Seattle, I didn't see many on the freeway. So
yeah, there's a lot of Teslas for some reason here in St. Louis.
Yeah,
I don't quite know why. My neighbor has one, and I was asking him about it when he first got it, and he was telling me how the door handles suck into the, they collapse in or fold into the door, whatever it is, while the car's driving. And I was like, that's really cool. How come? And he says, well, it makes it more aerodynamic, save on gas. And I'm like, dude, you bought a $150,000 car. What difference does it make? But, whatever.
Well, first of all, though, like you said, saves on gas. It doesn't use gas.
Well, right. Power. I said the wrong thing. Saves on power.
Yeah. I know. It gets some getting used to that car runs on electricity, and they have charging stations here now, because when they first came out with that, you had to live in a city and you couldn't travel from city to city because there was no place to charge the vehicle or charge it fast. And now, in these cities throughout the West and in the East Coast and in your area, you can stop, and I think it takes maybe 30 minutes to charge the car so you can have lunch or eat dinner or whatever while you're charging. So, But Matt, I think, stepped away for a moment, and I'm going to do the
Blab.
Yeah, it is, Scott. Let's do a blab about cheesecake in Toronto. So we'll do that. But I mean, we're just kind of blabbing because we're finishing up, because Matt and I have been at this here for about an hour and a half, and I do need to stand up because I have lower back problems. Yes, Japanese cheesecake sounds really good. So I have to get going, and I mean, we could blab like for hours. I mean, if people really wanted to. But we want to.
I'm not sure how you sat down for almost 2 hours there. I had to get up.
Well, that's because I had one of these right here, and I guess we could talk about that real quick before I do the drawing, because we wanted to do something different. So we were drinking and reviewing a beer, and this is one called Swill from 10 Barrels, which is out of Bend, Oregon. And it's got a twist of lemon. And actually, I thought it was pretty good. I would drink it again. And I had to open up because we're going so long. I bought this one at Cost Plus. This is called Anchor Steam Beer. And I got it because it's in San Francisco. And we know that Udemy is based in San Francisco. And we also know that Blab is based there too. And this one is not bad.
I'm going to go, guys.
All right. Thanks, Bob. We appreciate it. So anyway, so that's my take on that. You go ahead and give your take on what you were drinking there, and I'll see if I can do the drawing here in the background.
Today I was drinking Goose Island Oktoberfest, and Goose Island is out of Chicago and one of my favorite breweries. When I visited Chicago, I had a great time going to their beer garden. That was right next door to Wrigley Stadium, which is beautiful too. Probably the second best ballpark behind, of course, Fenway Park. And I just had a great time. So anyone who has access to Goose Island, I would try any of their beers. I think it's great. So hopefully hey, how about everybody who's still left, give Dennis and I a round of applause. I hope everybody's learned something here today, so we can do another one of these. And, hopefully that you guys found value in doing this, and we've added value to your lives. And I know I've learned some stuff doing this. I'm glad that other Udemy instructors that I know joined this Blab so they can participate and spread their knowledge as well, because I'm a firm believer that you can learn anything from anyone.
Yeah.
One of you in some way is superior to me, that you know something that I do not know, and you have something to teach me. So I just have that attitude towards everybody, and I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, I agree with that, because we talked about BuzzSumo with Eileen, and I thought that that's a great tool to use, because we were talking about, if you're just joining us just real quick with BuzzSumo, is that you can put in specific topics, and whenever that discussion comes up somewhere on the web, you can be notified. I was talking about Google Alerts, that I use Google Alerts, and she said BuzzSumo was even better. And so let's say your topic is WordPress, which is what I teach, is that I can see where people are talking about WordPress, and then I can get out and create like a group on WordPress that I can send all of my students to from my course and let them know about this stuff on WordPress. And then throughout, the course of time, maybe say I've got this new course on WordPress or on webinars or whatever, and get those people to enroll in your course. So that's just some things that we were talking about, marketing tools earlier. You'll get a link on the replay of this so that you can see the replay. Unfortunately, I didn't get the beginning because I forgot to hit record. But Matt, if you want to just post in real quick what it was that you or that you want to share with individuals, if you want to do that. Sorry, here I'm just doing this drawing, so I'm a little distracted.
Yeah, that's all right.
So go ahead and share with what you had. I shared some resources out there that I think are very valuable, as far as links on Udemy.com that they don't do a good job at getting out. So
I just wanted to add about BuzzSumo. I think that's a great way for you to also get titles for either your lectures or your blog articles, because you're able on this website, buzzsumo.com, you can type in your keywords. So what I teach about eBay is one of the subjects, you can type in a good keyword like selling on eBay, and all of the top articles that were shared will come up. So for instance, I found an article recently that was said 5 tips for selling on eBay, and that got 1,000 shares on Facebook. And I didn't really look at Twitter or LinkedIn, but they offer that information for you. So you can kind of see what people are interested in learning about, what kind of titles work for this one person, might also work for you too, and what subjects are shared most across social media. So I think buzzsumo.com, I'm not affiliated with them at all. I just think it's cool. Well, you got to say that. I'm really not. I just appreciate the free tools that they give you and the tools that I use. And I mean, I just wanted to, I don't know if we're wrapping up and you're going to do the free giveaway right now, but I just wanted to thank everybody for joining Dennis and I for this. And hopefully you everybody watching has enjoyed a couple beers like Dennis and I have. And if you wanted to expand your learning, there are several free lectures that you can watch here using that Google shortened link for you. Dennis thinks that it's not great looking, the Google but you know, what are you going to do? So you can click on that, scroll down to the curriculum, and you can watch some free lectures. And so to learn more about how you can market on Udemy, my experiences.
Yeah, I you know what? I like Bitly. I think it makes a nice clean link. So I'm just weird like that. But hey, you know, before we wrap it up, just like since we've got some people around still, what kind of topics, like, you know, if we were to do this again, or maybe if I could get Matt to do this weekly or something like that, what kind of topics would you like us to talk about? So if we could get you to put that into the comments, or just let us know offline if you want, find us on Facebook and just let us know what you would like to learn more about, because I like this format. Lessons learned.
I love this format, and I think Dennis would agree with me. Our knowledge is your knowledge. Whatever questions you have, we'll answer it as best as we can on this platform. Whatever subject you want to learn about next week, Dennis and I will do it.
Yeah, except for math. No math topics at all.
About Udemy.
Oh, that's a good one. What are the? Are you want that answered right now, Aileen? Because I did see somebody ask some questions about the top 5, and I think that would take us like too much longer to talk about that. I certainly would love to do that.
It's not Eileen.
Well, Eileen is asking. Oh, I think what she's saying. Yeah, I think what she's saying.
I'd like to pronounce her name differently, and I was like, "Oh no, I was pronouncing it wrong the whole time."
Yeah. For the next Blab, so the essential components for a great course. So there's something that we could do a Blab on. So Barb says that she is a digital nomad based at Eagle. Oh my gosh! So are you still there? Oh, wow. You know what? I just stayed in Madras about 5 weeks ago because I wanted to go to Smith Rock, because the last time I came through Madras, I went to Prineville, where Facebook has their data center. And so I wanted to go to Smith Rock, which is near Bend, Oregon. So Barb is just talking about she's a digital nomad, and she's near, I've heard of the Eagle Crest Resort near Redmond. I might be going through that way on the way back from Seattle here in a few weeks. I'm going up to Seattle to see Duran Duran. And so if you're my age, you'll know who Duran Duran is. So I get to see them live finally. And Seattle is a city that I love immensely, and I used to live in Seattle. No, I've never heard of that, but I will look that up. But anyway, Duran Duran's still touring, and they're probably, gosh, they're way up there. But anyway, so that might be cool, actually, to go meet Barb there for a beer in the Redmond area. So I know where Redmond's at, went to Smith Rock. So find me on Facebook under facebook.com/social media DJ, and send me a message on Facebook, and the resources that I was putting out right here, Blab resources, that has all of my contact information. as well as links to some Udemy stuff. And I wanted to know real quick if Diego is still with us. If Diego, if you're still with us, will you speak up and let me know that you're still here on the Blab? Because one of the requirements was that they had to stay to the end of the contest. And I'm like looking through here at the top. I see Phil is here. Hi, Phil. Just pick.
Well, it looks like one of you are going to easily win this camera. One of 13 people right now, right? Is that how it works? Only one of 13 people can win this?
Well, it's anybody who registered, but they have to be present. So
Are we, Dennis, are we included in the 13?
No.
No, I'm just saying, so it's only 11. So what Scott just said, only 11 people can win this.
Okay, so who has the email address that starts, because this doesn't give us your name, is somebody here with the email address GRAD, and the requirement was that you had to confirm, but we'll go ahead and fudge a little bit on that one. So GRAD begins the first 4 letters at yahoo.com. So are you still present?
They might not have ever been present.
They left too. Oh, man, there's got to be a better way, huh?
Oh, he said that's him. What did you say his name?
Well, I guess they could confirm the whole I'm already confirmed. Oh, well, yeah, let's see, GRAD. What are the, let's see, in this email address before the at Yahoo, what are the 2 letters? 2 letters. So if you could give me the 2 letters just so I can verify. I am jumping back and forth. So there, before the at symbol, there's 2 letters. Can you verify that for me? Yep. All right. We're good. Congratulations. We have a winner then. So what you need to do is, let's see, message me. Send me a message at dennisjsmith@outlook.com with your address information so that I can get it shipped out, okay? So dennisjsmith@outlook.com. Send me an email. Give me send it from the email address that I just gave you or that we just verified. Send it to my email address with your address, and then I'll get that sent out. So awesome. That was easy. It had to be somebody present because that's, what I wanted to do. So it is, my MacBook is telling me it's 4:00, so we're on 2 hours. So I think we're going to wrap it up there. So I appreciate everybody for joining us today. Thanks, Eileen. It's right here. So it's in a box. I'll put it in a bigger box and make sure that it's packed so that it comes to you and arrives in good shape and all of that. So Matt, do you have any final thoughts before we go?
Final thoughts? Putting me on the spot on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to the person who just won that. Sorry, Jenny, for just joining. We're actually wrapping up. And I mean, thank you so much for all the support that you guys have given us. If you want this to be a weekly thing with Dennis and I, we're pumped to do it. We're good to make it like a more of a laid back thing. And we'll happily answer any of the questions that you guys have. And we're pumped to do it.
Yeah, one of the things that I just noticed because people are joining just real quick before I give my final thoughts is that I don't know if Blab does this or not, but first of all, I know in progress or something like that, but it should put like how long it's been in progress so somebody knows that we've been talking for 2 hours or something like that, or like something like if you tell it how long you're going to do the Blab for, like an hour and a half, then it would say ending in 30 minutes or something like that, so that they don't want to use timers. Will you tell them? Because you would just need to tell people. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I just don't want to disappoint people who are just showing up that we're wrapping up. But I can let you know that since you subscribe, you're going to get a link and you can watch the replay. And that way, I started the recording a little bit late. Matt and I talked about some things like coupons or whatever. But most of the stuff that we talked about today got recorded, so I apologize about that. So yeah, and exactly the same link, the replay will be here within not too long. It doesn't take them too long. And you can do a Control-A and copy the comments into a Word document. That's a cool thing to do. So maybe I can do that and take a look at them and just... Yeah.
Dennis, did that Control-A just highlight your whole screen, or am I?
No, I think it just like copies the comments. So
it's doing my whole screen when I do Control-A. Whatever. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah. Okay, so my final thoughts, just really quick, is thank you for taking time out of your day to join Matt and I. I certainly hope that you like the topics that we talked about. A little bit different format with having our favorite beverage and just making it a little bit more laid back. I've been on Udemy since July of 2004. I've done about 6,000 in revenue.
2014, sorry.
Okay. I've only had one. I'm just tired. That's why. It's been a long day. So I've been on Udemy since 2014 in July. So I've been on the platform for just over a year. Matt's been on since January of 2014. He's done a little more, and that's why I, like following what he's doing. And we both have conversations daily. We set goals, actually, and share it out on Google. If you can find another Udemy instructor, if you need somebody to kind of push you along. I just did a very simple document in Google Documents, and we share 3 goals that we have each day. And he has to remind me to put my goals in there because I'm still not used to it. And that's just kind of our way at getting our goals done. So whatever it takes to get it done, make sure that you're always doing marketing. You got to do marketing every day. I do what is called Marketing Monday when I send out MailChimp or whatever, but just different things that help you market your course as you're building more courses. So just got here from New Zealand. We're actually wrapping up. So those of you that are just joining us, we've already been going 2 hours. So you can wait just, it doesn't take too long, but you can refresh. And in a while, the replay will be here for you to watch. If not, Blab will send you an email with a link and you can watch it at your leisure. So if you want to watch from the beginning later on, you can certainly do that. Wrapping up, only 30 more minutes. Yeah, we're going to go until Scott gets off work. But yeah, so that's it. So everybody have a great evening, great morning or afternoon, wherever you're at. Oh, good. Dave, why don't you post your link for that real quick before we move on? Go over, and maybe I'll jump over there to Dave's because that'll give me enough time to eat. And so maybe he'll let me jump in or something like that. Because I like doing these. I just got to take a break and go get something to eat. So Dave is doing a Udemy Blab. He's got great information. He's been doing marketing and all of this stuff for a long time. So click on that link, subscribe, and you can watch Dave in about an hour. And then, like I said, you can watch the replay to our Blab just by waiting for that link to arrive in email. So goodbye, everybody. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Dennis. And also, if anyone wants to run their Udemy instructor business like a startup, watch that free course right there that I posted. And everybody tune in to Dave's Blab tonight. And
cheers.
Cheers. I don't
Goodbye.
have to anymore. Bye. Thank you.